Alright guys, so I did a little bit of an oopsie this episode. This whole episode kind of recorded without audio. My audio. Um so the footage you're about to see I recorded and you know, guys couldn't hear me. So I'm just gonna have to go over and voice over everything. So, right now I'm just making a stone pick. This episode we go mining. So I go down over here and I just start mining. Um, I was here. I was talking about maybe getting the gold, but I couldn't get the gold because I don't have iron. Um, so we're heading over here to this beach like area. And we do a little bit of just like scouring on the side of the mountain over here for a cave. The cave we end up seeing, which is the one you will see in just a minute. Um, well, eh, it wasn't the best. I end up making some torches along the way though, which is really really good. And yeah, it wasn't a very good cave. I think we get a little bit of iron in this cave, but overall, I just move on. I'm just turning up brightness for you guys here, so you guys can actually see a little bit. Um, the yeah, here I'm getting wood for some torches, and I think Kira was talking about like, oh, I better have wood for torches if I even go into this cave if I find coal. So I just get all of the palm wood, and then I craft it all into sticks, and we just have a whole bunch of sticks. So yeah, we go into the cave here, and we don't go down here. I think I find some iron first. Yeah, it's like right here. And then I was like, oh, I think this is iron. And then I'm like, oh, it sounds like iron. And then I laugh because like all blocks sound the same, especially stone when you're breaking them. So I was like, it sounds like iron. Just something dumb. But what I more meant was I thought it was iron because I didn't think it was the aluminum from Pixelmon. Okay. Then this is when we find the coal, and it was only like 2 pieces of coal, so I was able to make like 8 torches with that, which was enough to get me by for a little bit. Um, here, um, here we go back up here, and I'm gonna go the other way now. But as you will see, the other way, phew, the other way was kind of yeah, it was just a cool, quick thing. I couldn't really get all of those gems. I didn't try here, but later on in the video, I try to harvest. I think those are sapphires. I didn't have an iron pick, so I couldn't. So yeah, we just run down here. Um, we find we don't find another one on this coast, but we go a little bit inland. A little bit inland. And we find a cave that goes down pretty far. I wasn't really trying to train Sobble here, not too much. So I wasn't really like focusing on, you know, fighting things. I was talking about, I think it was setting up a farm over there because I needed food because I just ran out of food to start running. Um, over there wouldn't the water wouldn't freeze, so I'd be able to set up a farm over there. Here I find this ore, which I couldn't mine. I still don't know what that ore is because I didn't have an iron pick to mine it. We find some more iron. and we just go deeper. I don't know why. I don't know why I blocked that water too much, but I can't change what I did. Okay, we grab more iron. This iron. Yeah, this iron. Then we just continue going down, I believe. Yeah, we just continue going down, and I think I was talking about the gold there. I don't know why what that screen shaking was. More iron. We end up in total going, and getting a decent bit of iron today, so we sit on iron for now. I think I hide the diglet here, and then look at this giant ravine that I found, and I think I was like, oh, I'm out of torches. Well, looks like I gotta go down and get more coal. Then I'm like, oh yeah, sorry guys, it's gonna be a little dark because I don't have more torches. Hopefully I'll get some coal soon to make more. Here I find more iron. Even more. I tend to stop for a lot of iron here, so you know, being able to find more iron. Then I find a mine shaft. I go down here and I turn no, I just keep going straight. There's no corner that I turn. I find coal. That is correct. I forgot about that. I find coal, and then I also, if you notice on the right, in the top right, you see a larvitar. I was actually talking about going and capturing this larvitar. But I was a big dumb and just forgot about it and just continued on my merry little way. I was like, I don't mind having a Larvitar on my team, and I just decided. My brain just said, no, there's no Larvitar. You're just gonna continue mining on like nothing happened. So yeah, we just mine all this coal. We get a lot of torches, so I can just put them down as we walk. Okay. And yeah, and I just craft more torches over here and light up what I can. I get every single last piece of coal. I do make sure not to use my stone pick here, and I just go for my wooden one. And because I always do that, I always just go, if I make a stone pick, I always use my wood pick before I start using my stone pick. Unless I need to, like, say I find iron, I use the stone pick, of course, because I can't get it with wood. But, like, if I find coal and I still have a wood pick, I'll just use the wood pick. But yeah, we will, get all of this, coal. I don't think I craft more torches. I may craft more torches, but I think I just keep the rest of it. Yep, we'll just mine all this coal. Yeah, I don't know what this is. What was I doing? I don't know what I was doing there. That was a little strange. But yeah, we will continue looking here. Okay. Yeah, we do get all the coal. Okay. All that coal. We have a decent bit of coal. Yeah, and then immediately after I get this last piece of coal, my wood pick breaks. Then I start going this way. It looks like I'm heading towards the Larvitar. But then I just go down here. I see that it is practically a dead end, and I just head right back up. I I completely completely forget about that Larvitar. But I'm like, oh, I say later on. I realize what I did later on too, and I'm like, oh, It's fine. There's more opportunities. But yeah, I look for that. I look try mining that sapphire. It's not breaking very often. So, I point out there's firestone shards there. Um, I don't go for it because I'm like I probably don't have a good enough pickaxe for it, but I go for this iron instead. um, yeah, so I backtrack over here, and there's pretty much nothing but coal, so I just leave it because I have a decent bit of coal already. I say hi, Whismer, and I talk about I don't really want a Whismer, and then I talk about like, oh, I should really catch something. Like, oh yeah, that Larvitar. This is exactly where I'm like, oh yeah, that Larvitar. I totally forgot about it. I don't see it anymore. And then I notice something on the map. I think this is where I notice it. I notice something really strange. No, this is not where it is. But if you look on the map, there is a Wiglet on the map. It is one of the Gen 9 Pokemon that I was talking about, and in a minute here, after I realize that it is there, I go and mine over to it. Yep. Go here. This is where I go down here. I get stuck here. That's right. Yeah, I fall down here, and then I I have trouble just on this little lip here, trying to get up. I don't know why. It's just that little lip. It's so I cave in. I take up the sandstone and I take up the rocky stone and just make a little bridge over. Yes, where I try to break the thing and it doesn't look like it. I say I don't know what that is, and I probably don't have a strong enough pickaxe to break it, so I just move on. I try the redstone too, because here I pretty much just I know that I can only get my iron real quick. So I was just kind of just going through and trying to get iron. This is where I find the Wiglet, and then I'm like, that's something. It looks like a Diglett. I think that's Wiglet. And I was like, oh yeah, I've seen this thing all over the internet. When Scarlet and Violet was first coming out. I completely ignore iron. I think I saw some iron on the right there that I just didn't. I just completely couldn't find. I try to see if I can mine that, couldn't, so I just keep going and dig around it. I eventually, get past here, and I find more of that stuff and continue on. I find lapis, and I'm like, ooh, lapis, this is just too good to pass up. It's right in front of my face. So I just mine up all this lapis. Lapis is like one of the only other things that I can mine right now that isn't coal or iron. So I get all the lapis, and then I break this gravel, and Wiglet is just right up here next to this Ghastly. So I battle it. It's level 10 Wiglet, and I'm like, what type is Wiglet? Yeah, all the whole time I was digging through it, I was like, what even type is Wiglet? Like, I was like, oh, it's a ground type, oh, it's a rock type, and I throw a Pokeball at it. And then here you go, like, lo and behold, I capture it, and I look, and I'm like, it's a water type? And I'm like, huh? And I'm like, yeah, it's a water type? And I was just like, why is it underground then? And I was like, oh, well, guess whatever. Yeah, so then I just continue on a little bit. I go over here and I'm like, so my pickaxe is about to break. I guess we can continue on going through here. Just going on through. Yeah, I try and see if I can break these emeralds. I ultimately decide that I can't. Looking at it now, I probably could have broke it and still gotten the emerald, but yeah, it's fine. Going here, find some more iron. the iron. Then I'm just like, oh, I only have a little bit of uses left. I'll just, use the last remaining bit on some stone, and then hop into some lava, and then here I try and run, but I don't have any more food, so I just go and jump in lava. And then I'm like, I gotta love keep inventory. I close the door, and I sleep. So here, um, I craft a furnace, because I didn't have one before. Um, then I start cooking up some iron, and I just put everything away that I had. Here um, after I put everything away, and I hear I'm like, oh, okay, should I make another pickaxe or not? And I decide not to, just wait for iron. So I hop out. I stop here, looking at the recording to make sure that I'm still doing, a decent, time. Um, yeah, then I just hop back in, go back in. So then here I'm like, okay, I guess we can do some training then. Um, I guess we can do some training and go over to the village to grab the PC. Because that was something I just forgot. The village. Here I removed my own death points and I put a home marker, so I can just teleport back to when I actually have the PC. um, yeah, here I go this way, and if I remember correctly, I don't do too much fighting. I said I was going to go and do some training and fighting, but I I I just don't. I just beeline straight towards the village. Um, Wiglet and Sobble. I think here I talk about, oh yeah, I want to go get that PC because I'm not going to be using this Wiglet. I'd rather put it in the PC and have it. I just have it in my PC since I already have Sobble, and Sobble is just enough. Um, um, I think I was also talking about how derpy Ice Cube is because I saw an Ice Cube on the map, and I was like, derpy penguin with an ice cube on its head. But I just continue on. The village isn't too far, but I don't know too much here. I said I was gonna fight, but I just end up just running straight towards the village, grabbing the PC and teleporting back. As soon as I teleport back, I think there is something that does happen that is interesting. Yeah, here I stop. I'm like, oh, do I want to clink? It's not really. I don't want to clink, and then I just move on. um, here Zigzagoon. Completely ignore the Zigzagoon, and I even could have just, used Wiglet or just Sobble to kill it. Yeah, here I'm looking at it, I'm just like, oh, yeah, what even is my Sobble's nature? I'm like, oh, it's up speed minus special defense. I mean, that seems kind of good. I think it's, it's kind of fast. So I kind of just like, okay, cool. Whatever, we'll go with it. Yeah, so we get to the village. I go straight towards the PC, and as I roll up here a little bit, I stop. I'm like, oh, I don't have a pickaxe. Let's see if this works. And luckily, it breaks without just losing the block. So I was able to get the PC. Then I just go straight home. Yep, I put it right there in the corner. And I am like, oh, I can now diet. I'm like, oh, wait, hold on, what? Why can't I diet? And then I like, oh, it's 1.16. That's right. You have to put, lapis in a craft table to make it blue dye first. Then I just put Wiglet away. All right, this is where I'm like, okay, let's start training. I see the P-Dove and I'm just like, you're level 9. I'm not gonna go for it. Then I just start going this way. And I see a Clefairy on the map, and I'm going towards the Clefairy But then, as I head towards the Clefairy, um, I never make it to the Clefairy. That's why, because a shaman spawns. And I'm like, excuse me, hello, shaman. And I try and find the shaman, and I end up finding the shaman. I'm like, oh my god, I wasn't expecting to find, a legendary, let alone, like, this second episode. But, shaman's here. I throw Sobble at it in a minute. There we go. And then I just throw a quick ball at it. Um, it shakes like 2 times, 3 times. It looks like it's about to be caught. Um, yeah, if you look over at the left, yeah, it looks like it's about to be caught. It doesn't catch. One shot Sobble, and I'm kind of just like, oh well, I knew it was gonna happen, but on the off chance it actually caught. um, so I just leave the shaman behind. Sopple's dead. I'm like, oh well, I probably shouldn't have done that, but it's whatever now. I just head back to the house. At this point, I think I was talking to him like, I don't know why I did that. I was so dumb. I don't now. I have to heal Sopple again. I don't have a healer. Um, yeah, I think as soon as I get back to the house, I'm like, how do you make a healer again? It's like, oh, I don't have a diamond. Yeah, you need diamond. Yeah, I make an iron pick here because I needed to make a pick. I was about to make a home when I made a pick. There we go. Yeah, I'm like, what can you use with the iron at here? And I was like, can I make a healer yet? I don't know what I was just doing something with my mouse. I could tell I was trying to say something there, but I can't remember what I was saying right there at that moment. So yeah, I think I just go through here, and I'm like, oh, I don't know what to do now. I don't know what to do now. And I'm like, you know what? I go turn around and I go to the PC and I take out Wiglet. So Wiglet, comes in handy. I essentially just, I go around and I'm like, oh, I don't want to touch Sinisty. Sinisty's gonna murder me. I go towards this Clefairy because I'm like, I didn't get the other Clefairy. I want this Clefairy. We're murdering this Clefairy. I roll up on top of the Clefairy, and the Clefairy is, it's level 15. It is level 15, and I'm like, oh no, that's heavy. That's too big. That's too much. I can't handle that one. So I just I stay on this Fletchling. I was like, oh yeah, I think it's just pure flying type, no fire type yet. So I just, I handle it right now. And I'm like, oh, they dropped chicken. I need to get me some more Fletchling. So I end up going on a little bit of a Fletchling hunt, and then I think here I see a Pidove, and I'm like, if I can check out Pidove too, I'd like to see what Pidove drops. And then yeah, I'm trying to find a because I hear the flapping of it. I know it's in this tree somewhere, and I'm like, oh, there it is. And then this Fletchling dies, gives me another piece of chicken. I'm like, oh yes, this chicken. I throw those feathers on the ground. I don't really need feathers. I try to find this Fletchling here. I don't think I find that Fletchling. That Fletchling is kind of like stuck in the tree somewhere, so I just don't find it, and I'm like, whatever, I move on. Oh, and then I think I find a Pidove. I find a Pidove. I don't know, yeah, I do find that Fletchling, but it just flies off, so I'm like, I'm not gonna find it. And then I think, I'm like, oh, there's a Pidove somewhere, and then I turn around, and Pidove is right there. So yep, Pidove takes a couple shots. That was a very tanky Pidove. It was just, I don't remember what Pidova's defenses are, but it was pretty tanky. But then I was like, yes, it drops chicken too, and I'm like, oh, looks like all the birds are gonna die here, and I'm just gonna hunt birds, and I was talking to Snom. Oh, it's Snom in the tree. Remember Snom for later, though. Snom, there's something happen with the Snom. But yeah, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go back to the house and cook some food real quick because I got some, you know, stuff that I can make. Um, and I was like, oh yeah, I should have took a picture of the shaman, and I see the shaman in the thing in a minute here, and I'm like, oh dang it, I could have went to the shaman and taken a thumbnail, but I was like, yeah, I'll take a thumbnail later. Um, yep. Then I go here and yep, go in here. Iron's almost done smelting, and then I'm just like, okay, I'll just let this go through. I look at what I can make. Yeah, this is where I look at like, oh, can I make healer yet? Nope, need diamond. So that's something I kind of have to look out for. And I'm like, okay, what can I cook? I just pretty much get all of the meats and the fish. And I'm like, should I eat these apples? And I'm just like, no, it's not. And then I'm like, yeah, no, wait. I'm not gonna use them. I'll just eat them. So I just eat the apples. And then I look on the map, and then there's a snom over here that I looked on the map. It looked weird. I look and I'm like, oh, well, it looks like we found a shiny already. So I throw out Wiglet, and I just throw a quick ball at it. Yeah, I was like, what? I wasn't expecting it, so I was a little, I was a little shocked by it. But I threw the quick ball at it, catches, and yeah, we have a shiny Snom now. Um, and I'm like, oh, I don't think I'll use Snom, but having it, I might as well. Yeah, I just look at its stats and its stability. I throw it out here just to take a nice little look at it. It looks like a booger. Ugh, it looks like a booger with a weird shower cap on. But yeah, I throw Wiglet in the PC since it was a water type, and then I sleep and I keep Snom in my team. I won't probably use it in my final team, but I will just use it temporarily for now because it's a bug ice type. Ice type is probably the better of the typing on that thing, but having another Pokemon is just good. Then I think I look at the timing and I'm like, okay, I think this is probably a good spot to end it here. And I'm like, oh yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Um, and then I just talk about like what I'm gonna probably do next episode, and yeah, I think I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go explore, and I'm gonna probably explore if I'll open a map also. I'm like, yeah, I'm probably gonna go explore to the east over here. Just because I want to see if I can find a spot for my sample to train better. But yeah, that's pretty much the whole video. It sucks that I had to do this voiceover for the video, but yeah, whatever. I'll have to, I'll have to keep in mind, and I'll have to make sure that my audio is working. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Regardless, like, comment, and subscribe, and all that jazz. Goodbye.